Hi, viewers. Welcome to another edition of Mary Clinic Live. How are you today? I hope we are all doing great. I remain your host, Marlaya and Okuti. Welcome to Mary Clinic. Thank you so much for always joining us, for always following us. I do appreciate all that we do at Mary Clinic. Please, I'd like to crave your indulgence. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel as we promise to bring you more interesting video. And don't forget to click on the like button or leave us a comment on what you think about the topic of discussion in this video. So today we'll be looking at the trending video on social media. So there's this video trending on social media about a young man whose marriage proposal was rejected, by his girlfriend just because he refused to kneel down to propose to her. I mean, if you have watched that video, because it's been trending, you must have watched it. You watch that video, you will see that this young man arranged a public proposal, a marriage proposal with his friends, because we could hear his friends talking to him saying, oh, kneel down, go on your knees, whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well. He went out there to make this proposal public, and this lady was there, she didn't know what was happening. He asked her to close her eyes, just for her to now open her eyes, and she realized that he was going to propose to her because he brought out the ring, the engagement ring. And guess what? The young man was standing to propose to her, to put the rings into her hands, and she said, come on, what are you doing? You should be kneeling down. And the young man said, oh, but I can't kneel down, to propose to you. And she said, what? You mean I don't deserve to have my proposal done on your knees? I want you to kneel down. And the young man said, no, I cannot kneel down. I don't believe that is love. I don't have to kneel down. But she insisted he has to kneel down. The young man said, I cannot. Even the young man's friend were telling him, go down on your knees, kneel down, whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well. But the guy kept saying, he was so adamant. He said, well, I don't believe in kneeling down. I have to do this on my feet. And if you don't like it that way, I'm sorry. I can't change my stand. I just have to stand to do this. And she also said, oh, I'm sorry. If you can't kneel down, I'm going to walk out of this relationship. And you know what? That was how 5 years, over 5 years relationship came to an end on that day. So I want us to quickly analyze this video, because a lot has been said. I mean, we've all commented, and I mean, valid points here and there. Some people say, well, it's a borrowed culture, it's Western culture to kneel down. Even the guy said, well, on the wedding day, am I going to kneel down to propose to you? Some other people have said, well, it's not necessary. The lady is not serious about getting married, because if she was truly serious about getting married, that would not be an issue. I mean, so many different views, which is good. I mean, it's okay. But I have many questions welling through my mind. I have a lot of questions to ask as a result of what happened in that video. The first question I would like to ask is, so what have they been doing in the past 5 years? Because the guy said, but we've been dating for over 5 years now, and I love you. So what have they been doing for over 5 years that they don't know each other's like or dislike, that they are not into each other, they don't even understand each other's emotional feelings, that they don't even know each other love's language, each other's love languages. The guy seemed to be clueless as to what the lady's love languages or emotional needs are. I believe that when you are in love, you don't dominate. I mean, you don't say, oh, this is how I want it, and it has to be this way. No, when you are in love, you should be willing to compromise. You should be willing to move a little there, a little here. You should be, willing to dance a bit to the other person's tune. You should be willing to meet halfway. But in this situation, they were like, no, I'm not going to shift ground. The other person said, I'm not going to shift ground. So the question is, for the past 5 years, what have they been doing together? I still do not understand, because 5 years is a lot of time for you to study a lady, for you to study a man, and know that this man is not the type that will kneel down for me. This guy, with his ideologies, with his values of life, he will not kneel down or bow down, even for the elderly ones. He won't do that. Talk less of me, a woman. So she should have known, if she was really paying attention in the relationship and to the person she wants to get married to, she would have known that, see, this is not the kind of guy that would do a romantic act for you on an engagement proposal. She should have known that this one is maybe the bushy type, or from the bush, that doesn't believe in what is trending, or what is going on in town. Now, he, on the other hand, should have known that this lady would not like to have a proposal being done, on his feet. He should have known, because if he too was really paying attention to the person he is dating, he would have known that this girl will not like it. As a matter of fact, he went to the public to do a public proposal to her. So when you knew you were going to do it publicly, why didn't you just do it through? If you're going to copy anything, why not just copyright? I mean, copy properly, but in this case, he went public. I'm sure it's also Western culture to go, to dramatize a proposal, to go public about it and go do it publicly. Now, he borrowed that part of the culture. He went public, because I could see his friends carrying camera, telling him, oh, go on your knees, whatever is what doing, at all is what doing well. I mean, he borrowed the culture halfway, but he now refused to complete it by going on his knees, because he kept saying, well, I don't believe I don't believe in going down on my knees, but you believe in having a public proposal, so why not just do it right? Now, the lady, on the other hand, she too was adamant. And you know what? Honestly, from what I think, both of them are not just ready for marriage. I don't even know what they've been doing in the past 5 years. As a matter of fact, they must. I think they are just busy playing around and busy taking pictures. Ooh, peace, nice one. Or they are just busy eating, eating away, sleeping away, and things like that. But they are not paying attention to the most important things that would define the marriage, or that would determine the success or failure of the marriage. They are not paying they are not paying attention to the important part, which is the content of their character, the ideologies of the personalities involved. So another question is, if they are still battling with little things such as kneel down, don't kneel down, I won't kneel down, I will not kneel down, please, what would they be doing in the marriage itself? Because see, in marriage you will have bigger things to contend with. And I mean bigger things. This one of kneel down, don't kneel down, is the smallest of the things they will have to contend with in marriage. You will have so many things to contend with. Finances, how should we spend money? This one can say, okay, every weekend, let us be going out there. I want to be going out there to eat out every weekend. Let's go out there and be spending, let's say $100 or 50,000 every weekend to be eating. And the other person is saying, no, we can't do that. We have school fees to pay, we have bills to pay, we have rent to pay. And the other one is saying, no, that's the way I want it. And if you can't do it like that, you know what, the marriage is over. Now, bigger things, again, in the sense that you will have, see, there will be choices, different, there will be differences in your choices at times. This one could say, oh, this is the school I want my children to go. The other one will say, you know what, our bills or our income cannot support this kind of a school for now. So would you guys now start fighting over that as well? Because those are the bigger things. Now, even in the bedroom, when you will talk about the sexual intimacy between husband and wife, the husband may say, oh, this is how I want my sex to be done. This is the part I want you to touch. The lady may say, oh, this is what I want. This is the part I want you to touch and things like that. So would you now say, no, I don't believe in that. I don't believe I should even do that. That is not my ideology. Where is it written that I should do that? Excuse me. Please, there are bigger things to contend with in marriage. So you guys don't even have a point at all. As a matter of fact, you guys are not just ready for marriage. So that brings us to the lesson that we need to learn as young people that are still dating, that are yet to be married. See, this is a big lesson, that you don't just go about eating away, snapping pictures away, and doing pizza, oh, pizza, and things like that. Well, that is good. There's really nothing bad in that, but please, you should be paying attention to the most important thing, which is the content of the person's character. What ideologies do they have? Are they willing to shift a little here, a little there? Are their beliefs cast in stone? Are they the type, that would lose valuable things, and I mean valuable relationship, because you don't submit to their ideologies? Are they the type that can kill because you don't believe in their ideologies? You need to be sure of who you are going to, settle down with in marriage. There are some people that it is what they believe that they hold on to. They hold on to it like, that is their idol, that is their God, and there is really nothing you can do about it. Now, when you find yourself dating those kind of people, just know that you should be the foolish one. Like, if you are not ready to be foolish, if you are not ready to be submissive 100%, please don't even go there. Meanwhile, there are some types that are exposed, that are open-minded, and they are willing to shift a little there, shift a little there. And that also takes us to, getting to know each other very well. I mean, being into each other, not sexually now. I mean, knowing the person you are really, really dating, or you are really, really in a relationship. It is important that we know that person very well, because all this knowing people on the surface, it will not take you anywhere at all. You need to really know them, find out their character. Who are they? Recently, someone was telling me about the father. Our husband, belongs to another culture, and when he wants to greet our own parent, he doesn't know how to prostrate or how to bow down, to our parent, and our parent find that insulting. Now, you want to also check, okay, what is this person's belief or ideology in that sense? Is it the type that is just fixed in his ways? Is she the type that she is also fixed in her ways? They are not ready to learn from your culture, because when we are talking about love, you should be willing to learn from each other. Your people shall become my people. That means you must be willing to learn each other's culture, because marriage is coming together as one, and you must be one in everything. I mean, in everything, no reservation, no leaving, some stones unturned. So if you know that you are not ready for the work that it entails, you are not ready to learn from the other person, to understand the other person's emotional feeling, because honestly, I see no reason why the guy can't, honor that craving of the lady, or the emotional need that the lady has, to say, okay, you know what, I want you to kneel down. There's really nothing about that. He could have, just to honor what she wants, or to please her, he could have gone on his knees to do that, but he kept insisting, oh, you know what, I cannot do it. And he didn't mind to see the 5 years of his investment go down the drain, just because of that ideology that he could not go on his knees. So that means he values his ideology more than the woman and more than the relationship. That is the honest truth. So you women out there, test very well what ideology does this man have? And you men too, you want to check very well, this woman that I'm getting married to, what are her ideology? Is she the type that she will not shift the ground, she will not move, and she will not meet you halfway? Now, if that is the case, then both of you are not ready for marriage. As far as I'm concerned, you guys are still playing together, playing together, and you are not just ready. So please, let's endeavor that we are doing things right. We are checking the necessary things and not just paying attention to the unnecessary path, but paying attention to the things that matter and that will make a lasting marriage. So I would like to stop here today. Hope you have learned something. Please do leave us a comment and do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, as we promise to bring you more interesting videos. I remain your host, Malaya Han Oputi. Until we meet again, I say bye bye.